attached to the event so that we can release the charge on the event. And then when we do that, that event that maybe has captured our consciousness forever becomes, what did you have for breakfast 3 weeks ago? Now, I only have 9 minutes left, so what I'm going to do, just so I don't run out of time, is I'm going to take you guys through a really simple exercise. And there's a variety of names for it. I've used a variety of names. A grounding exercise, bringing yourself into the present moment, different things like that. The label isn't important, the effects are. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just kind of get comfortable. I don't care what position you're in, just get comfortable. And I did this with our meditation folks. And if you listen to the meditation recording, you can go through it again as well. Okay? Comfortable? Good. Now what I want you to do is begin to take some nice, deep, slow, conscious breaths. Okay? And I'm going to exaggerate a little bit just over the radio so you can hear. So I would sort of breathe in. And remember, when we breathe, we want to fill our lungs completely with air. So we let our tummies extend just a little bit. And as you breathe, I want you to be aware of what you're feeling. What does the air feel like as it flows in through your mouth, through your nose, down into your chest? Feel the air as it flows in. Feel the air as it flows out. Feel your chest as it gently rises, and then as it falls and allows the air to flow back out again. Something as simple as breathing, consciously breathing, full breathing, can create the environment from where miracles come from. And as you continue to breathe, and as you listen to my voice, you feel your body starting to slow down. And you may even feel your body starting to get heavy, but it's a good heavy. Feel what the air feels like in the room. You may even feel like a shift in the air or what the room feels like. Continue to breathe in and out. And here's a little exercise that you can do. And there's nothing magical about these exercises. They're just visualizations. And really what visualizations are is using something that we're familiar with, our imagination, to trigger an energetic effect. So there's nothing magic about them. It's not like you have to say them in the right order or with the right words or the right tempo. So what I want you to do is just think back to a time. It doesn't really matter. It could be this morning. It could be, 2 weeks ago, a year ago. And now what I want you to do is just kind of pick a time in the future, tomorrow, end of next week. And now what I want you to do is go back to that time in the past. And I want you just to kind of walk through, maybe it's months, maybe it's years, days, minutes. And so it's like your perspective of time, the slice of time that you have in your mind for this begins to get narrower. And you give yourself permission. Yesterday, last year, this morning, to just let that stuff go for now, just to set it aside. You can come back to it tomorrow if you wish. You can come back to it right after this radio program. But for this moment here, everything up to this very moment, allow yourself just to set it aside. And then what I want you to do is go to that place into the future. And I want you to do the same thing. And just draw your awareness back and give yourself permission to set everything from this moment forward aside. And so your awareness, and by that I mean we're just paying attention to what's happening inside of you and outside of you, is narrowed down to this very moment, right here, right now. There is no tomorrow. There was no yesterday. There is no this morning or later on this evening. Just this moment. And here's a real secret, and a revelation probably at the same time. In this very moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not an hour from now, not 10 minutes ago, in this very moment, there are no problems. There are only possibilities. Continue to breathe. Now, many times what will happen is that as we become still and we remember how to be still, because it's not about learning, it's about remembering, that our minds may start to get busier. And the more we try and, put the thoughts of yesterday, speculations of tomorrow out of our mind, the more they come in. So here's the trick. Don't try and push them away. Simply look at them. Play a little game. Maybe pretend that it's you looking at this event on a television screen. Or ask a question. Asking a question puts us in the observer mode and gets us out of the middle of it. So if you're thinking about, well, let's say what you had for breakfast, you may say, I wonder why I'm thinking about what I had for breakfast. And there's a whole, not going to say philosophy, but a practice around the power of asking a question. But when you ask a question, you detach yourself from it. I wonder why I keep thinking about the first day of school in grade 11 when I went to high school. I wonder why I think about that. It keeps coming back to me. In this place of stillness, in this place of peace, in this place of power, when you ask those questions, it's like you're targeting those things, and you're giving your spirit, your being, your soul, the permission to release the emotions around those events, and therefore releasing the power around those events, and therefore releasing the baggage attached to those events from you. What would it be like to not be afraid to remember your past? Think about that. It is possible. If I remember, unless I get different instructions, next Sunday I will talk and we'll actually go through the emotional releasing technique, because it's very simple, it's very powerful. We've had people who have had emotional baggage they've carried for years leave in a minute. Missy, my producer, is telling me I've got 90 seconds left, so I'm going to bring you back to the room. So just kind of bring your awareness back to your breath. If you had your eyes closed, I offer you, suggest you open them now. Just kind of bring yourself back to the room, maybe wiggle your toes a little bit, because sometimes we can just sort of slip right into ourselves. Thank you for joining me. I encourage you, if this exercise was even the littlest bit helpful, and I know it works, all right? So if for some reason it wasn't gangbusters, it's like anything else. The more we practice, the better we get. I encourage you to listen to this on our archives, maybe even download it. There's a lot of power in this, a lot of freedom in this, a lot of releasing in this. Thank you for giving me a half an hour of your evening. My name is Russ Latour. I'm the founder of the Healing Center. Our website is www.healingcenter.ca, and that center spelled C-E-N-T-E-R. We have 20 seconds left. I will thank you again. Suggest that you come to our website, check out what we have there. There's also an online meditation course you may want to sign up for, and it'll be on the main page. Once again, thank you for joining me. Have a good Sunday evening. Good night.